Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to peel back the curtain on a piece of tech you've probably used 100 times without a second thought, that humble Add to Calendar button. You know the feeling, right? It's this simple, almost magical action. You're adding your favorite team's entire season schedule to your digital calendar with just one single click. One moment you're on a website, the next, your entire fall is planned out. But how in the world does that actually work? All right, here's our game plan. We'll start with that simple click. Then we're going to uncover the massive problem it solves. After that, we'll look at the slick automated solution, follow the data's journey, and reveal the real power behind this little button. So from your perspective as a fan, the whole experience is completely seamless. You go to your team's website, you see that glorious button that says Add Schedule to Calendar. You click it, and boom. All 17 games for your team just appear in your calendar. It's fast, it's easy, and it just works. But now, let's flip the script. Let's look at this whole thing from the other side, from the perspective of a huge organization like the NFL. For them, this isn't about one fan and 17 games. Oh no. It's about a problem of absolutely staggering scale. See, they aren't just managing 17 games for one team. They're managing 17 games for all 32 teams in the league. You do the math, and that adds up to 544 unique regular season events. Every single one needs to be created, managed, and sent out to potentially millions of fans all over the world. And this is where it becomes a true logistical nightmare, because any of these details can change at any time. Game times get moved for TV, locations might get updated, or hey, maybe they want to add a last-minute promotion. Now just imagine trying to manually tell every single fan about one of those changes. It's just plain impossible. So, how do you solve a coordination problem this huge? Well, you definitely don't do it manually. You build a smart, automated system to act as a central hub, kind of like an air traffic controller, but for all of this calendar data. Now, in the tech world, you might call this an AWS calendar invite server. But don't worry about the jargon. Just think of it as a centralized brain, a really powerful engine that's designed specifically to take in, manage, and send out this complicated flow of information without a single hiccup. So how does this brain actually work? Well, the system boils this whole complicated workflow down into 3 core, pretty elegant steps. First, it ingests the game data, pulling it right from the organizer's master calendar. Second, it manages that data, and this is key. It gives every single event a unique tracking code. Think of it like a digital fingerprint for each game. And third, it distributes those calendar invites out to all the fans. And the system gets these invites out in 2 main ways. You, the fan, can pull an invite from a web page, that's our Add to Calendar button, or the organizers can push invites out to a huge email list all at once. That's perfect for groups like season ticket holders. But, just sending the invite is only half the story. The real power, the absolute magic of this whole system is what happens after you've already added that event to your own personal calendar. Okay, so picture this. Here's the original event on your calendar. You are all set for the Saints versus Cardinals game, scheduled for 11 a.m. on Sunday. Looks good. But then something happens. The organizer needs to update the details. Maybe it's a small schedule change, or maybe they want to add a last-minute perk for all the fans who are coming to the game. So they hop into their master calendar and they change the start time to 11:15 a.m. And then they add this fantastic little promo right into the event description. Free hot dog for everybody attending. And here is where the magic happens. Remember that unique digital fingerprint? Because the system used that code, it knows exactly which event to find on your calendar. When the organizer makes that change, the system automatically pushes the update directly to you. Your calendar entry just changes to 11:15 a.m. and you see the hot dog promo. You didn't have to do a single thing. And on top of all that, the system is also listening. It's tracking all of the calendar responses it gets back. This gives the organizer a really clear, real-time picture of how many people have accepted the event, who's marked themselves as maybe, and who hasn't responded yet. That is incredibly valuable data. So what's the big takeaway here? Well, for fans like us, it means you always have the most accurate information with 0 effort. For the organizers, it's a super simple way to communicate and get amazing feedback. But for everyone, this cool piece of tech transforms a static, boring calendar entry into a living, breathing, dynamic communication channel. And that leaves us with a final thought to chew on. Beyond sports schedules, what other massive, constantly changing piles of data in our lives could be managed this way? I mean, think about it. Public transit schedules, school calendars, conference agendas. The possibilities are pretty much endless, right?